I thought I reached to one of the most transparent and revealing two-channel hi-fi audio system with some of the best equipment currently available until I tried this stack audio AUVA products, and I must admit I was in for last surprise. Hello everyone, welcome to AUVA Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to share experience of 3 months that I've been testing AUVA audio feed manufacturer in United Kingdom. They designed particle melted tungsten inside with silicone filters that go underneath to absorb vibration energy. I started off with equipment feed, right? So EQ 1, 2, 3, 3 steps that I have in different equipments, 3 amplifier, 5 DAC, 1 DDC, and 1 music server, and 1 CD player. I started off with AUVA EQ1. That is number 1 step for lightweight and average weight components. So weight limitation you can see on the website and pricing as well. AUVA stands for audio vibration absorption. I've been using magnet filters underneath my turntable for longest time. Sphere type equipment feeds can be hit or miss depending on the equipment. So when I started using these AUVA EQ1, I started using it with this Galubido Divinity R2R DAC. I don't notice the changes. Turns out this Divinity DAC has 2 layers of chassis design that come with it, so it's not that noticeable. So I would say my rating on that is neutral, right? So after that I try again Gusted Audio U26 DDC, right? It has transformer, power supply, and all that. But when I try that, I would say neutral as well. I don't notice much different in sound. After that, I tried Tube Hybrid TA32 DAC from X2O. As soon as I placed AUVA EQ1 underneath that TA32 Tube Hybrid amp, background is quieter, mechanical hum and those noise are totally gone. Clearly hear the difference in sound. Bass get tighter, mid-range got clearer and more spacious. Sound, slight smear that I can hear is gone, right? Based on the experience, I thought, okay, let's try Gallium Audio TS34 tube amp using EQ2. Exact same experience. Mechanical noise is much reduced, clarity and detailed sound that we can enjoy. So my rating for those 2 equipments gonna be 10 out of 10. After the Gallium TS34, I try another set of AUVA EQ1s under HABZ1ES NAS. Most obvious improvement is gonna be mechanical noise control. Slight transformer hum that I notice when I get closer to the equipment, that is gone. After that, I try AUVA Solo Z10. My experience is gonna be 8 out of 10 in the AUVA Solo Z10 and AUVA EQ1 combination in improvements. And then also I tried this Gusted Audio R262 R2R DAC with this AUVA EQ1. Noticeable differences, 8 out of 10 in improvements that I can notice. After that I was like, okay, let's try AUVA EQ3. Right, EQ3 is one of the heavy duty one that you can use. They all come in same height, same size, different in weight handling. That's the major differences in EQ line. So when I tried the AUVA EQ3 under this Musician X30 amp is already excellent sounding, one of the best tube amp money can buy. Totally improved in clarity as well as tighter bass quality with incredible resolution. I wasn't expecting that much of improvement. And time to time, I can notice microphonics, noise, interference, and those kind of noise are totally quiet down, as well as mechanical noise and vibration noise, everything that caused by big transformers and these powerful 845 tubes, and clamping down all the noises with incredibly good musical sound that is using AUVA EQ3. So my experience on that gonna be 10 out of 10 rating as far as improvements and sound quality that I'm hearing. Best of all, upper range frequency smearness and those kind of blurriness that we may experience time to time, those are totally controlled and well produced precision notes that I can hear. And stereo image is much improved with good layering and texture. Decays are properly redelivered. Lingering notes are a bit longer. When the note is gone, totally gone, doesn't introduce after effects. That kind of preciseness and control that you can get. So if you are invested in that kind of high-end, high-quality tube integrated amplifier, I can totally highly recommend you to try AUVA EQ3. All those equipments, I didn't remove it at all. It's gonna stay there. After that, I placed a set of AUVA EQ1 under this Marantz SACD player. It has incredible drive quality, but I'm only using as a CD and SACD transport. What I can notice is the mechanical quietness that totally improved. Idle noise is quieter. When you place these type of isolation feed under the equipment, you want to put them in direct contact with main chassis, not under the stock feed that already attached to it. So I place them without even using included rubber padding, just metal to metal direct to get better mechanical vibration transfer. This is the first time ever I'm hearing total improvements in controlling vibration, mechanical noise, game-changing experience, whether you have CD player or NAS or tube amplifier. I can totally recommend it to you. So my rating for Marantz CD and SACD player with this AUVA EQ1 is 10 out of 10. Totally worth it. So it's gonna stay there, right? AUVA EQ1. Bringing the equipment performance to full potential and full capability of each component. After that, I tried Top-End DX9 discrete DAC with AUVA EQ1. It has good improvements in clarity and background darkness. Those areas are noticeable. So that is gonna be 7 out of 10 rating. I was waiting for AUVA 70 to arrive. Then I tried all those AUVA EQs in different components, and I was experiencing sound quality improvements and performance improvements in noise control and all that. When I received this AUVA 70 with M10 bolts, standard spike bolts are M10 heavy duty. It's about a little over 4-inch long M10 spike bolts that come from Pioneer. So I replaced them with AUVA 70 without using spikes. Each AUVA 70 feet require 3 spikes for carpeted floor. It has felt pad underneath it. So I was using it as it. I installed it. Pretty tough job because these speakers are pretty heavy. I couldn't do it alone. I got help from my wife and I put them on. I let it sit overnight. Next morning I came back and listened. That setup with AUVA 70 installed under these S1EX towers. I listened to the setup and I was like, wow, this is too rich and forgiving, warm sounding, using with standard pads. So I wasn't using the spikes that intend to use with these carpeted floors. It still produced very good engaging sound easy to enjoy sound that I can listen all day long. Rich and forgiving, smooth sound, right? That kind of sound that it was delivering. But I'm not into that. My system is intended to have totally transparent sound because I listen a bunch of different music. I'm multi-genre guy. I love listening to modern pop hits, to heavy metal tracks, to audiophile music and vocals and everything. My system was set up for that. I thought I reached that using these equipments in combination. Right, when I tried this AUVA 70 without attaching the spike, I use it for like a few days because I'm enjoying it, right? 150-pound weights is challenging for one person. When my wife is not busy, I got her help to put those 3 spikes on each feet because I don't want to bend those bolts and spikes and all that, right? So I use 2x4 underneath and make sure I don't scratch the speakers. We were able to put them on. I let it sit for a few hours and we went out for evening walk and came back after dinner and listened again. Boom, right there. Totally clear and transparent sound with incredibly produced resolution. No smearing, no blurry notes. Everything is produced like you are hearing and you are listening to big studio monitor kind of sound delivery. Every music passages and notes are, some may call it jaw-dropping sound quality improvements that we can hear using just changing the feet under the speaker. 4 of each with 3 spikes on each feet, so total 12 spikes on each speaker with over 74 of them. There is no going back. I want to keep on using these no matter what because sound quality improvements and sonic purity and everything that what I'm hearing is what I'm after and what I imagine in my mind. I thought I was there, but until I installed this AUVA 70 with proper spike and everything combined, I finally got there with incredibly improving sound reproduction. So bass notes are gonna be one of the most noticeable things. These speakers are very well designed, time aligned, designed by Andrew Jones, by the way. Incredible bass quality and articulation. And the reason I love these speakers is totally disappearing at that they can perform when you set them up properly. These speakers, you have to sit, your ear position has to be around 40 inches from the floor. So everything what I'm hearing is what I'm after as far as sound quality goes. I listen to a bunch of different music in general, right? So some of my favorite tracks to test is like such as Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. That track, his David voice in particular is well pronounced and clearly precise location with. Instead of that wall of sound, I'm hearing articulation, separation, and layering effects, even in that kind of heavy and fast tracks that they produce. Vocals are incredibly redelivered. Originally, it's already good in this combination, in this setup, but more engaging and more layering effects, more holographically redelivered notes. Lingering notes are more precise. And disappearing notes totally disappear quietly without smearing or without after effects. Those kind of small areas are totally improved, as well as background clarity and darkness, that most noticeable thing. When I listen to tracks such as the Mariah's Echo, right, that track, she was singing close mic'd, performance with intentionally added effects and distortions were produced. Less grainy, more musical, and more accuracy. That's how I will put it. So those type of improvements humanly can hear. When I listen to tracks such as Cigarettes After Sex, Keep, Dot, rolling cymbal strikes that go along end-to-end track. So cymbal strikes, when they are hitting edge of the cymbal and then head of the cymbal, so those placements are totally noticeable, properly reproduced in, like you are listening to that drummer is actually performing right in front of you. Kind of those nuances and tiny rolling notes are incredibly re-delivered accurately, naturally possible way without overwhelmingly revealing sound. Musicality and engagement and everything is still intact. So it enhances in definition, separation, air, space, and overall resolution without overwhelmingly revealing sound. So these type of enhancements are hard to come by in many changes that we can try in our system. If you already have your favorite setup, changing this kind of equipment fee, overall improvement that can be hard is eye-opening, ear-changing experience. What engineer products can totally enhance and improve your listening experience. Most of the time, they will improve in background noise control, clarity, reducing mechanical harms and microphonic effects that you may experience if you're using tube equipment. Even this type of heavy speaker can get that kind of improvement. From here on, I'm gonna share my back-to-back recording of AUVA 70 with and without using these speakers in this same setup, but it's recorded in different dates. So that's one thing that I would like to clarify that to you. Originally, I recorded very same track without AUVA 70 or any EQ AUVA feed under any of my equipments. I recorded with this R26-2 R2R DAC in black color using 3-point Sapphire equipment feed underneath it. So that is the first recording that I recorded. So after I did everything, right, AUVA 70 and everything, before that is putting on EQ2 underneath AccuPhase E4000, EQ1s and all those are already underneath this R26-2 silver and everything. I recorded very same track, same setting, imported those WAV files into Audacity to compare and to see and go through frequency analysis. So I went through that. Where I noticed is density of the area of the notes, clarity of those transient peaks, and more better, like clearer without much peaks, and those areas are noticeable, especially the lower regions and mid-range and those dense area. Darker areas are totally noticeable, as you can see on the screen. That is incredible, my friend. It's very same track and same recording and gain matched. And this frequency analysis totally shows different in sound. When I demonstrated this waveform and frequency analysis using different type of silver conductors, some people are giving me all the question marks because that is the facts and that is the physics, because microphone don't lie. And my hearing, I'm pretty good, right? So these are all the results and frequency analysis that you can do it yourself. even if you don't take my finding, right? So I'm not here to argue with anyone. I'm only here to give you my experience, what I experience, what I'm hearing, as well as good quality components that I enjoy. So that is the sole purpose of making these type of reviews and video. I don't do any paid reviews, just to clarify that to you. So frequency analysis, as well as hearing, enjoying the music, using it with everyday music, enjoying my sound signature that I'm after, everything combined, these are nothing but all positives in general. After I tried AUVA 70 under these S1EX towers, a few days later, I put on AUVA EQ2 under my AccuFace E4000. What I noticed is slightly clearer and more precision notes. That's about it. Still, this AUVA EQ2 can give you slight enhancement in sound quality. It's not gonna be major noticeable like putting underneath these decks or these kind of NAS or CD player or tube amps. If you are looking to improve your favorite components or your speakers, I can easily recommend you to try this Stack Audio AUVA EQ series, as well as AUVA 70 in my experience. As far as my experience goes, I mean, everything is 90% positive in my experience trying with different components. Totally, wholeheartedly recommended, my friend. That is the experience that I like to share with you. Thank you for watching. Happy listening.
Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, meet my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who are lovers to the daughters that they own. Mothers who don't leave a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over that line. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only. Thought it was the only one. Speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Come to my solitude, welcome to the wheel. Come into this wonderland of wounds that will not heal. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound. Come into my solitude, burn this building down. solitude. Though I weary be, come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, be my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home, children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who are lovers to the daughters that they own, mothers who don't leave a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over that line. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only. Thought it was the only one. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Come into my solitude, welcome to the wheel. Come into this wonderland of wounds that will not heal. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound. Come into my solitude, burn this building